So it's time for another gardening week video, and it's Monday and I'm on the allotment and I'm doing planting, and I'm doing kind of tidying up and looking for problems. And I did find a few problems. I found some calabrese that had started to go to seed, so started to flower. Obviously way too early for them. They should be flowering sort of April, May sort of time. Sometimes happens. Generally it's just down to the plants being stressed, but nothing to worry about. I've already got one batch in the ground that's looking really healthy, no sign of those flowering, and I've got two other batches for April and May. So yeah, no problem at all. That's the beauty of having a few successions on the go. And I did just pot those on, and they're looking pretty good, and I'll probably get a little bit of a leaf harvest off those, so that's not so bad. Look for another problem on some chard, lots of little caterpillars on those. I'd noticed that there was something wrong with the plants, but I wasn't harvesting them, so I didn't really pay them much attention. Cleared those up, and they're looking way better now, and hopefully I've got rid of most of the caterpillars. Planted out some cauliflowers, 4 cauliflowers and 1 calabrese, after harvesting some carrots. And 4 cauliflowers, that's enough to last us a month, and I've got 3 more cauliflowers, so that should last us 2 months. And so basically that's going to be the kind of May and early June period, and then hopefully I'll have this year's cauliflowers ready by then. And what else? Oh, green garlic. Yeah, so I just cleared a few turnips in the polytunnel, popped some green garlic in, and also cleared 1 row of red lettuces. And red lettuces for me, they never really survive over winter, so I'm always ready to get those out. And it's really nice to get something like green garlic in, because it's one of our absolute favourite crops. And so yeah, I planted about 3 weeks, probably 3 or 4 weeks supply of those, and popped in 4 little cabbages. I was going to plant 5 cabbages, which was all I had, but one of them had cabbage aphid. So that was Monday. So it's Tuesday and very little gardening got done, but my granddaughter did her first attempt at crawling. Super cute to see her scurrying across the playmat. So yeah, that's the best I've got. So it's Thursday and I have now got an electric bike, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. It's a Ribble and it's a hybrid. It's very nice. Not a particularly fast bike, because I'm not a particularly fast cyclist. I just cycle for pleasure. But it means now that I can just cycle up the whole of the coast and just not get tired, basically. Just stay in zone 2 all the time, not overexert myself, and come back and still have time to walk down to the allotment in the afternoon, which is really nice. So I am down here and just inspecting things, and I fitted new handles to all of my low tunnels, because I'm always moving them around and they're really difficult to grab hold of. So a little handle makes all the difference. I've also just looked at all my lettuce beds under the low tunnels, and because it's been so mild and so damp, I got a lot of them with various different types of fungus kind of infections, stem rot type of things. And so I'm pleased that I've got new seedlings ready to go, because obviously taking some of those beds out pretty soon, I think. I won't think I'll get much of a harvest off them. And so it does pay to kind of always have younger plants in the polytunnel ready to go, just in case you get like freak weather conditions. I mean, sometimes it's just too cold and you get that problems, and sometimes it's just not cold enough and you get problems. It's hard to know really with the British climate. I know some people, for example, in colder climates, they have no problems at all with stem rot on lettuces, because it's just too cold for the fungi to grow. So yeah, here, mild, damp sort of conditions over winter, it's not good for them. In the polytunnel, which is so much better ventilated, I seem to have a lot less problems, and that's why gradually over the years I've realised that I need to grow more and more of my lettuces in the polytunnel. Things like spinach, they don't care. I never lose a spinach plant, but I can lose as many as 20% or more, or maybe 30% sometimes, of my lettuces over winter. So it's Saturday, and yesterday actually we popped to Cleveley's and had a really nice walk along the seafront, and then I pricked out all of my seedlings And today I'm back on the plot just looking around, and this is the bed of lettuce that got really badly damaged when the lid blew off in the gales, and you can see basically just loads of damage here, and these plants have just never really recovered. So I'm going to harvest the leaves that are any good, and I'm going to get these replanted with new little lettuces. That looks a lot better. Those are little winter densities interplanted, I think, with white Lisbon. And I like winter density at this time of year because for me it just doesn't overwinter very well, but planted now give me the first really nice crunchy lettuces of the year. So I'm just clearing up my little flower border, which is interplanted with edibles. We're not allowed to grow flowers on our allotment site, only things for sustenance. But yeah, they just let us get away with a few bits down here, I think. As I say, it's absolutely full of edibles anyway. So there we go. This isn't really my kind of gardening, so I'm really pleased to get it done. So here's today's harvest. I think, pretty sure this is the biggest midwinter harvest we've ever done, which is quite interesting given that we now have about a third less land than we've had previously. And I put that all down to just better successional sowings, really, and a bit more attention to detail in terms of interplanting, relay planting and the like. And so I'll just quickly go through it for you. So there's obviously all the salad bases, and these are all salad ingredients. So this is the lamb's lettuce, radishes obviously, more lamb's lettuce, winter miner's lettuce, tatsoi and spring onions, salad onions, and then we're on to the cooking veggies. So we've got perennial kale, baby leeks, purple sprouting broccoli, Brussels sprouts and colettes, more colettes, field bean tips. All of these here piled up are spinach, true spinach, and then we've got a wide array of loads and loads of different types of brassica greens. This is my favourite, which is the sprout top, but these are also gorgeous. All of these red cabbage leaves, these are the second like mini growths that you get off the cabbage stem once you've harvested the main cabbage, and they are gorgeous. They are my favourite. I like them much more than actual red cabbage. And then we got the yacon, not the yacon, the oca, the carrots, the yacon tubers, super crisp and crunchy these when they're cooked and raw in salads, and beetroot, red and golden, shallots, red onions, white onions, turnips, Jerusalem artichokes, potatoes, and more potatoes, and I think that is pretty much it. And I forgot to harvest parsley, but not to worry. So if you want to know more about any of the things you've seen in this video, take a look in the description below. There's links to my book, there's the reference information section, which has everything about, you know, what we sow each month, what we plant each month, you know, what we harvest each month, all that sort of thing. There's loads more videos, lots of stuff. My name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.